Holy shit. Oh my God. I know I'm late to the party, but I got to say, this has to be the best news I've heard all week. So, in case you guys don't know, GameSpot.com and several other sources have reported that a new Fight Night game is under development. Now, I want to start this video off by making a personal apology. And that personal apology is to two people. That first person is I want to apologize to my source on this information. To elaborate further on this, I'm going to let you guys in on something that I was actually tipped off about another Fight Night game being in development about 3 weeks ago from a very reliable source within EA. He mentioned that there was a picture going around in the Discord servers internally with a Moneyball and a boxing glove. And from there, putting two to two together, it was determined or announced internally that Fight Night was actually greenlit. Now, he didn't mention anything about Fight Night being coming after the UFC 5. That's something new that I'm just hearing now. But I did hear about Fight Night being in development about 3 weeks ago. And the reason why I didn't bring it up or anything on my channel, and my friend will tell you this, is when he told me the news, my first reaction to it was, I don't believe it. And I didn't believe it. You know, we've been getting a lot of rumors about a new Fight Night game for years, and I've even made a video previously last year saying why I think another Fight Night game is coming. But you know, it had been dead silence for years, and plus with the rise of Esports Boxing Club, you know, it was just, I thought EA was just ready to throw in the towel and pass the torch. But you know, I was wrong. So I need to give my source an apology and, you know, give you guys, the viewers, an apology for not breaking this news to you. And the reason why I didn't want to break this kind of news is if I wasn't sure about it, there's no point in me just flooding YouTube with another I think Fight Night Champion is coming videos, because at this point it's just all speculation, right? But no, it comes out that yes, Fight Night Champion is internally greenlit. What my source was saying was right. Now, that's one thing. But what I also did was I let my source know about this information. He gave me some juicy details today. And this is something that you're first hearing from me, nowhere else. You're not going to hear this from no other source, news feed or nothing. But I can guarantee you that my source is very reliable. And what he said is that Floyd Mayweather is going to be the cover athlete of the new Fight Night game. That's right. You've heard it from me first. Fight Night Champion 2, Fight Night Round 5, or whatever they're going to call it. We'll call it Project Moneyball for now. But the cover athlete to that game is going to be Floyd Mayweather himself. And again, I made a video stating the reasons why I thought Floyd was going to be in a new Fight Night game, simply because right now at the point of his life, this will just be an extra stream of income for him and a great way to get his roster his stable of fighters paid as well. So to me, it makes absolute sense for him to be in a Fight Night game at this point, especially since he's been in one before. And hey, if he's willing to go out there and still risk his life at 40-something years old to take punches from Jake Paul, then to me it makes absolute sense that he would lend his likeness over to a video game and doesn't have to take any damage from it. Physical damage, that is. But you know, it's a smart move for all parties involved, and for EA Sports it makes sense to have Mayweather in the game simply because they now have competition, and that competition is Steel City Interactive. And they're doing a hell of a job building the roster for Esports Boxing Club by having Canelo Alvarez is their potential cover athlete for the game, and it makes sense on their end considering he's the biggest star in boxing right now. So for EA, from a marketing perspective, it makes sense to have the man who beat Canelo Alvarez, the only man who beat Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather Jr. And now is the perfect time for EA to open that pocketbook and get him involved in a new boxing video game, the same way Michael Jordan reappeared in video games after being absent in so many years, and the same way it happened for another boxer, Mike Tyson. So I'm saying all this to say that the rumors from what I'm hearing about a new Fight Night game are very much true. I don't know when it will come out. I've heard others say that they believe that Esports Boxing Club will be out first, and I could understand where people are coming from with that. Esports Boxing Club has been in development for, I believe, 2 years now, and they're doing a good job with the progress. But right now, I'm still sticking to my prediction that ESBC will not drop until winter 2023. So I think we have another 2 years of development time for ESBC to drop, and I think that's plenty of time for EA to drop another Fight Night in between, because you've got Fight Night Round 4, which I think came out in 2009, and Fight Night Champion made a quick turnaround in 2011. And the reason being is because they had the engine already built, so they just built upon that. So in theory, if they do decide to do another Fight Night game, really all they have to do is start from Fight Night Champion and make the improvements from there, and they can get a boxing game out pretty quickly. I mean, this is EA Sports we're talking about here. Now, I did hear that UFC 5 is the priority right now. They want to focus on allocating all their resources on UFC 5, and then going from Fight Night, a new Fight Night game after that. I don't know how true that is, but I do think that we will see another Fight Night game before ESBC, simply because ESBC, while promising, still needs a lot of work. But hey, I welcome the competition because I'm going to be playing both. But let's be real here for a second. I don't think that EA would leak this kind of information without any kind of research or due diligence on their competition's part. And what I mean by that is I think that they know that Steel City Interactive is going to be taking a lot more time on getting ESBC built and created, and ESBC's got even that much more pressure because you've got a tried and true and established engine in Fight Night and series and brand in Fight Night going up against a brand new IP, but what's more important than that is a brand new engine. Now, they've already got the pressure of getting this game right to a competition simulation based combat sports, which is already difficult enough, but they've also added the pressure of getting it right the first time, and it's just not feasible. I mean, as good as a game that I think ESBC is going to be, these people are human, they're developers, and they're not perfect, and the game right now, from what I see, isn't perfect. It can get there, but right now, I'm not going to go at length that the improvements that ESBC is needing, but what I mean is that EA can drop another Fight Night like that because they've already got the engine built, and they can just improve on what they've already got, and most importantly is that they have the expertise from the development side of the UFC games. So EA, being EA, is the most capitalist, get the bag type of company there is. I don't see any way that they would allow Steel City Interactive to beat them to the punch, no pun intended, to get their boxing game out first. Because if you really think about it, one reason I think that Fight Night is going to come out a lot quicker than people think is because the competition for ESBC is not Fight Night right now in the short term. The competition for Esports Boxing Club is UFC 5. So if EA does go forward as planned, as rumored, to release a UFC 5 next, that means that it will be coming out around the same time as Esports Boxing Club. And from what I'm hearing, with the buzz and the enthusiasm that all the other UFC and MMA YouTubers are saying, the impression that I get is that the UFC and the MMA crowd is all in on ESBC. So with that being said, these people are looking for something new. They're looking for something refreshing. They want a boxing experience. And I think that EA is making a huge mistake doing UFC 5 first instead of Fight Night, because we're ready for a new boxing game. And plus, the UFC fans are going to be playing ESBC anyway. So a lot of the people who are fans, or the casual fans of UFC are saying that they're all in on Esports Boxing Club. So it would make sense from a business perspective to get Fight Night out, so that way they can steal ESBC's thunder real fast. I could be wrong on that because they may be contractually obligated to do UFC 5, which is a very real possibility considering Dana White is the president. So that may be the case, but if EA does have a choice in the matter, I think it will be wise for them to do another Fight Night game, because their competition for UFC 5 is going to be ESBC, and that competition is going to be very fierce, to be honest. But I digress. I wanted to bring this video out to you all to say that I am very excited for a new Fight Night game coming, but I also wanted to break the news to you again that Floyd Money Mayweather is going to be in Fight Night Champion 2 or Fight Night Round 5 or whatever they're going to call it. That's the rumors that I'm hearing, and I'm hearing this from a very reliable source. So when EA eventually drops that trailer for another Fight Night, I want you to know that you heard it here first from LX Sniper himself that Floyd Money Mayweather is going to be in that game. But not only that, but he will also be the cover athlete for this new Fight Night game. And my next message is directed straight at Electronic Arts. Number one, thank you for making another Fight Night game and making our dreams come true. And you guys owe me a check. You know that, right? Y'all really do owe me a check. I made y'all a lot of money. But thank you for making another Fight Night game. And now that the cat is out of the bag, and I know, and you know, and we all know that another Fight Night game is coming, I just want to see it. I just want to see it. I want to see what this game looks like on PS5 graphics. You know, I'll sign any NDAs or whatever to keep my mouth shut, but I just want to see it because this is my opinion. And I don't have any kind of facts or anything to prove this, but I think that when they made those Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury models for UFC 4, I know that they have to have some sort of prototype or something with Fight Night in it, with a boxing ring, gloves, and a standard boxing, the standard Queensberry rules. I know that they've got a prototype of the game somewhere in their offices internally, and I just want to see it. But, you know, only time will tell. So all we can do is be patient and wait for more news to come. In the meantime, I highly recommend that you check out my previous Fight Night video where I mentioned I thought that a new Fight Night was coming, and I give reasons as to why I believe it's coming. And also, you want to pay attention to the Mayweather section of that video, because I go into great detail on why I think he's going to be in the game. But now this is different because I'm hearing that he is confirmed for the game. So yeah, this is some huge megaton news that you've heard here first. So all we can do is wait, and we'll see. In the meantime, check out the other videos that I've recommended. Subscribe to the channel. This is LX Sniper, and I'm on to the next one. Peace.